On my mother's side, they were 1916, her brothers were in 1916, and mostly in Boland's Mills. And my Uncle Tom wrote about it. But the interesting thing about it was that the boys had grown up in Chester, so they had English accents. So the British thought they were on their side, and they spied for the Irish against the British. And part of what happened in Boland's Mills was that my grandmother, who was quite ill at the time, came out at midnight from South Circular Road to see if her boys were all right. So afterwards, anyway, what happened was they all ended up in Frongok. And then they were part of the a treaty side in 1921. And my mother, at that stage, was about 11. And she was supposed to be minding, when Michael Collins was having his funeral, my mother was supposed to be minding her little brother. She was the 7th of 10, and number 10 was the little brother. And she couldn't find him, so she made her way down to O'Connell Street, or Sackville Street as it was then, to find her brothers, who were outriders on the coffin, to tell them she couldn't find her brother. And they were very cross with her, and they sent her straight home, and she found her little brother in the back garden. I was terribly worried about it initially, and I thought it was going to be more of the same and anti-British and all sorts of things. And I'm so glad to see we've moved on from that, and that it's much more measured, and it isn't as well, I don't want to say nationalistic, but it's not as xenophobic as it could have been.